guys, it's John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. I know it's in the middle of the day. We try different times to see what's going to work for people. Whether you're here at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 o'clock in the morning, 12 noon, 12 midnight, or perhaps maybe even just 1 a.m. or 1 p.m. Thank you so much for being here. We have a great master topic we started with on last Saturday, and we're going to wrap it up, finishing up on Friday. Today is Wednesday, December 20th, 2023, and we got a lot to share with you. So thank you so much for being here. If you're new, scan that QR code. If you can't find the QR code or you're already on a mobile device, well, then just go to believemeachieve.com after the show. I know you guys will really appreciate that. Let's get into our master topic, shall we? But before we do that, I want to tell you guys who I am. I'm John C. Morley. I am, yes, ladies and gentlemen, a serial entrepreneur, and I am a podcast host and a podcast coach. And I'm a specialist in helping businesses tell a story that leads to them growing and being more scalable and, of course, more profitable. All right. I typically work with companies that bring in 10 million or more. And I am very passionate about finding the truth, the core, the story to what makes something tick. And that gets people curious about you, your business. They want to ask questions, and guess what? They're probably going to want to do business with you. So really, really cool. I do appreciate you guys coming today. And so let's talk about the master topic. Are we ready for it? Here's the master topic: navigating the stages of love. Series 2 means we're in the second year, show 51, episode 5. But first, I do want to give a big shout out and a great big thank you to everyone, because I asked to reach a milestone of 100,000 before the end of Q1. And ladies and gentlemen, we're at 95,900 downloads, and we still have a whole week yet in December and several months. And I think we might even crack 100,000 before the month's over, if not a lot sooner than the end of Q1. So really grateful to have you with me. And let's get right into the show, shall we? All right. So when we think about, love, all right, there are stages of love. Did you know that there are stages of love? And so you might be asking me, so what is, or what are the stages? So the first stage is attraction. So what draws us together? What attracts people? Well, sometimes it's something superficial. It could be some cologne, some perfume. It could be some eye candy, right? The way somebody looks. A lot of times people say, they catch people's eyes and other parts of their mind and body. And so that kind of, like, let's say, starts the fire. Another thing that attract people is intelligence, right? The things that we can't see, but we can get a handle of. Maybe it's a color. It could be, like I said, the sound of someone's voice. It could be somebody's compassion, somebody's understanding. Okay. And so attraction is what, let's say, gets the ball going for love, right? Now, if you just have attraction and attraction ends, guess what happens? Well, then love ends. Okay. Love ends if you stop after attraction. The next stop after attraction is attachment. Attachment. And you might be saying, John, what is the attachment stage of love? And so the attachment stage is really cool. And so what the attachment stage basically, let's say, encompasses is wanting to make the time more lasting, more of a commitment. Maybe you want to move in together. Some people want to jump to get married or do other things. And so attachment is basically when things are going well, they get replaced by the hormones oxytocin and vasopressin, which create the desire to bond and be part of your partner. A lot of times, you go on a date or you become good friends with someone. We always say, what do you want to do with a friend? Well, let's go to an amusement park. Let's go hang out. Let's go watch a movie. Let's go do something scary, right? The reason that we're doing this, we don't even know, is because we're building up that level. Even if it's a platonic relationship, we bond really great with the guys or with the ladies. If it's the ladies, it's that ability for us to have a good time. And when our body's having a good time, our mind, it's like, hey, I want to do more of this. Like, how have you ever gone to a restaurant, right? And you had great food, you had great service. It was an amazing experience. You're like, I got to go back there, right? All right. But first, maybe what got you captivated to want to go there is you heard about it, or maybe you saw something. Maybe you got a coupon in the mail, or perhaps just the name aroused some curiosity with you. So, attachment is when we know we appreciate what's happening and we want to make this last. We want to have a connection, right? And so the best way to have attachment is to not force attachment, but to nurture it. We'll get to that in a minute. But the next stage is getting ready to commit, preparing for a lifelong connection. So people get scared with commitment. Now, commitment with just friends could be just the fact that, we're going to commit to be best friends. We're going to commit that when you need something, I'm going to be there for you in the good times and the bad times. We can celebrate the good, we can celebrate the bad, but we're always going to be there for each other, right? Remember James Taylor, you got a friend. So that's important. And when it comes to love, we basically want to commit because we enjoy something. It could be just the fact of just being around someone, their company. It could be the way they make us laugh or the way they make us smile, right? The next stage, ladies and gentlemen, is nurturing, cultivating a thriving relationship, right? So after you have the oxytocin and the vasopressin, then we go to the stage of which I'm mentioning to you is very important and it's nurturing. But sometimes, we're going to ask ourselves, can I do this? Should I do this? What's it going to mean if I commit? And how do I nurture this person? Is it even possible to nurture this person? I think these are the kinds of questions that we ask ourselves. And if we're trying to get the answers all in one night, well, then that's probably the wrong practice. So what we want to not do is mistake lust for love. We want to understand that lust comes because of the eye candy. Now, we can get lust and lust could turn into love, but if we're just going on the premise that I want to be with this person because, I don't know, they appeal to attract me, they, let's say, increase my sexual desire. If that's the only reason, I got news for you. That is going to basically sizzle out. Now, not right away, but it will. So this is why we have to make sure that, when the perfume or the cologne or even the good looks, there's something more, right, that attracts us together. So you might be asking me, hey, John, what attracts people? What attracts people? And what I would say to you is it's a behavior that attracts someone. Okay. Maybe you're a good listener. Maybe you pay attention to verbal and nonverbal cues very well. Maybe you're just kind. Perhaps you're a volunteer. Maybe you just love to show those pearly whites. You love to smile, right? Maybe you like to laugh. Maybe you just are trustworthy. Maybe you're putting something on that smells like vanilla. Maybe it's the color red. Maybe you just have a confident stance. Maybe it's the fact that you're always on time. Maybe you're a pet owner. Maybe you're just obvious. Like, you're checking back. Like, he checking me out. She checking me out. Like you're just obvious. Maybe you have this appearance of wealth. Maybe you have this gaze that the one. It's the one that you're looking to the person's eyes, and you could just be playful, but it might be like I'm wishing we're doing something, very intimate together kind of gaze. And then there's the mindfulness, enjoying the moment, being courageous, nodding in agreement. Okay. And these are just some things that'll attract people. And when we know these things and when they come naturally, that's when the stages grow from basically attraction, attachment to now saying, you know what, I think I want to commit with this person. And then after that, it's like, all right, this is consistent. I want to nurture this. I want to see where this goes. I want to know, is this love or is this, another part of my body that's getting involved? Like sometimes, we want something, but it's not because it's love. And we want a relationship. We want love. We want to know that that person is not using us like an object, right? They value us as a person, right? How many times have you been intimate with somebody and then right after the intimacy, you want to cuddle like, oh, just get away from me. Like I had enough. Or like, I'm done. That's not love. That's an act. And an act is not someone you want to be around. The last stage is lasting stability. This is where you build a foundation for enduring love. Could be building a home together. It could be moving in together. It could be becoming conscientious of what the other person likes and doesn't like. Planning activities, like it could be going to dinner or other types of fun outings that you do because the other person wants to do them, not because you want to do them. All right. You do them because the other person wants to do them. I think that is the most important thing, ladies and gentlemen. You do them because the other person wants to do them. So navigating the roadway of love, I'm not going to tell you is easy, right? Our brains are hardwired to jump to quick conclusions. Therefore, we kind of make associations at the quick pro of a superficial quality, like, something that we feel is something we want, but it's something that's not lasting, right? Maybe it's the fact that our friend or our partner notices something like, we could have gotten a haircut or, you're really good at painting or you're really great at this or you're a good listener, right? Maybe it's understanding that the time frame we have is not one that's on a calendar. It's one that has to just feel right for each other. So many people ask me, and I don't want to get into the X-rated part of the show, but so many people ask me, hey, John, when can we go to first base? When can we go to second base? And I'm not going to cover what the bases are, but you guys know what they are. And so it's not about when, it's how it feels. And when it feels a certain way, it's like, hey, I think I want to take a risk. I think I want to take a chance. I think I want to be vulnerable. And when you make a decision to become vulnerable, I'm not talking about sharing your deepest, fondest secret, you know, just share something and then they'll share something. And you'll see this will be like a yin to yang. It'll go back and forth. But so many people, look at somebody and they see them as an object. Okay. They see them as just someone that is going to be available for an act, but then they don't really care about the person. Right. And so when we talk about love and we talk about love making, right, in a good sense, we're really talking about the fact of pleasuring our partner in a way that is mutually respectable and in alignment to both of our values. When we talk about pleasuring a platonic a partner, well, we're talking about doing things that they would like maybe it's a certain hobby, maybe it's a certain food. We're trying to have situations that are going to give them fun. Maybe it's the fact of going to an amusement park. And so I said the reason that we go to amusement parks with our friends is because when our brain and our body start to have a good time, we talked about the release, the oxytocin release, right? And so now the next time I'm around this person, like, are getting this natural release anytime I'm around this person. And so that's why friends always like to do things that have adrenaline rushes. They don't know why they do this, but you know that you want to do more of it. And I think this is what love is about. This is what friendship is about. It's about getting to know someone at their inner core. How many people, ladies and gentlemen, can you honestly say that you know from their core? Now, I don't mean that you know every intimate and personal secret about them. I just mean how many people do you know more about them than, let's say, things that you can just see on the surface? Do you know any? And if you don't know any, my question to you is why? And I'll tell you why. It's because you're not genuinely interested in that person. You're looking to see what that person can do for you right now. Pretty cool, right? So let's just go through the stages before we end today. Navigating the stages of love. Okay, that's where we are. Attraction, right? What draws us together? We talked about things like different actions you can do, or it could be food, or it could be colors, it could be a sexual desire. Then there's the attachment phase, right? The emotional glue that binds us. And so attachment comes from a commonality. It could be that, we went to the same high school, went to the same college. It could be the fact that we're both engineers. It could be the fact that we both love to volunteer. You get my idea. And so when we start to find a commonality, see, that's what small talk is for. Small talk is not to learn basically, things that you can just say to people. No, it's about getting to trust you. And then they'll open up more than just small talk. Then after a while, we get into that ready to commit phase, preparing for a lifelong connection. Then we go to the nurturing phase, right? Nurturing love, cultivating a thriving relationship, lasting stability, building a foundation for enduring love. Pretty cool, right? Ladies and gentlemen, you know who I am by now, don't you? Sure you do. I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It's always a privilege, pleasure, and honor to be with you this fantastic evening. And not only am I a serial entrepreneur, but I am a podcast host and a podcast coach and a specialist in helping businesses tell a story that leads to them growing and being more scalable and profitable. And I typically work with companies that bring in 10 million or more and are very passionate about their story. Either they know their story or they want me to find it. And one thing you're going to get when you involve John C. Morley is you're going to get the truth. You're going to get what makes you passionate. And I'll find it from the core, the real truth. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your evening and day. I wanted to get this off to you early because I am traveling today, and I always like to get these before my head hits the pillow. And tonight, my head is going to hit the pillow around 2 a.m. So I wanted to get this off to you. If you are traveling, happy and safe holidays. Of course, we will keep the program running as I travel. As you know, I do this every single day. And so thank you so much for your love, for your dedication, for your support, for your likes, for your shares, for your inspiration. And mostly, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being you. And I'll catch you guys on another show real soon, all right? Be well, everyone. And check out BelieveMeAchieve.com for more of my amazing, inspiring creations. Have a good one, everyone. Be well.